Companies using the Sage Accpac ERP Project and Job Costing module often conduct jobs of similar scope for the same or different customers. Accordingly, it would be a time saver if previous contracts could be used as templates for new ones. In fact, the Project and Job Costing module does allow this using the new Contract Wizard feature, and in this tutorial, we'll show you how to use the wizard to quickly build even the most complex contracts using your existing contracts as templates. Since Project and Job Costing is a mouthful, we'll refer to it as PJC from here on. So now let's jump right in and get started. From the menu tree, we'll expand PJC, select PJC Transactions, and open the Contract Maintenance form. A prerequisite to using the wizard is that your customers are already set up in accounts receivable and that you have previous contracts in PJC that can serve as templates. So let's now use the wizard to create a new contract based on an existing one. To do this, we'll go to the Contract field and click the Zoom button. The wizard opens and leads us through the process starting with the Copy From tab. We'll use the Finder to enter the new contract customer, and we'll search by customer name contains paper and select the paper hangers. The option to default new contract customer to projects comes into play when your template contract has been set to allow multiple customers. Since this example contract will have a single customer, we'll ignore this option. Now we'll choose the existing contract that will serve as our template, and using the Finder, we'll select the first one, 120-1200-10. Now we need to select the source of our contract estimates. Our choices are the original estimate from the template contract, the current estimate, which would include all change orders added to date to the template contract, actual amounts that have been posted to the template contract, or you can choose to leave the estimates on the new contract blank. For our example, we'll select Original Estimate. Now let's click Next and notice that we're now on the Contract Number tab. Here we'll select the numbering structure for this contract. Hitting the Finder, you can see that our demo system only has one structure available. In your system, you can build additional structures under PJC Setup. The code in our demo system has 3 segments, starting with 3 digits for the contract sector, and we'll enter 120, 4 digits for the customer number, and we'll enter 8830, and 2 digits for type, and we'll enter 10. Now we'll hit Next. Here you define the contract style, but since it's already established by the template, you're not able to edit the selections. But nonetheless, let's discuss standard versus basic contract styles. Basic contracts are used for projects whose costs you need to track only at the category level and resources are not used. Standard contracts are generally used for more complex jobs and accumulate costs at the category and resource level. So moving on to the next step, this tab applies only to companies using optional fields. You can elect to have no optional fields passed to the new contract, or to pass the optional fields from the template contract that we're using here. Alternatively, you can have the system pull the optional fields that you set up as defaults in PJC. We'll choose this option and click Finish to create the new contract. And here it is, and it's inherited the setup parameters from the template, including all of the projects and underlying elements, and the final step is to click Add. So the example we just completed created a contract with multiple projects, each with the same customer, which you can see as we scroll down through the projects. Let's now explore the case where you're creating a contract with multiple projects, with the projects each having a different customer. So let's go to the Contract field and hit the new icon, and launch the wizard by hitting the Zoom button. We'll choose the same customer, the paper hangers, but this time we'll just type in their number, 8830. For this multi-customer contract, we want the customers that are on each of the template's projects to populate the projects on the new contract. In order for this to happen, we need to leave unchecked the option for defaulting new contract customer to projects. Now using the Finder, we'll select the template contract and we're looking for contract 120-4430-10, which we know has been set up to allow multiple customers. And this time, we'll leave the default estimates to none and hit Next. Now let's enter 120 for the sector, 8830 for the customer number, and 20 for the type. And we'll hit Finish, and the contract and associated projects are created. Notice here that the paper hangers is the new contract customer. However, if we look at a project under this contract, Project 1001, you can see that the customer is the House Doctors, and for Project 1002, the customer is Frame Up, and in the final project, the customer is Coastal Electric. So on this multi-customer contract, by not selecting the option to default new contract customer to projects, the specific customers on the template's projects populated the projects on the new contract. Now let's run through a final example where we'll use the same multi-customer contract as the previous example, but this time, let's see what happens when we select the option to default new contract customer to projects. So let's click New, and No to saving the previous example, and we'll hit the Contract Wizard Zoom button. We'll once again enter customer 8830, and this time we will select the option to default new contract customer to projects. We'll go ahead and enter the same multi-customer contract as the last example, and now we'll hit Next. And again, we'll enter 120 for the sector, 8830 for the customer, and 20 for the type. Now we'll hit Finish. You'll notice that once again, the contract customer is 8830, the paper hangers, but when we look at the individual projects, notice that the paper hangers is also now the customer on each project. So if you don't want the project customers to carry over from the template on a multi-customer contract, make sure that you do select the option in the wizard to default new contract customer to projects. So to recap, in Project and Job Costing, the new contract wizard allows you to use existing contracts as templates for new contracts. This feature will certainly save you time and effort. Give us a call if you need assistance with this or any other feature in your Sage Accpac system. Well, that's it for this tutorial. Bye for now.